god, this character design. Can we just stop and admire this character design for a second?
I thought she got bit by the spiders.
Yeah, me too. I was like episode starts and you just see like her with these like big weird swollen cheeks. And I get it's supposed to be like cute or whatever. I was just like, geez, is that like a bug bite? Did they get you?
Yeah, I think they were trying to go for cute, but she just looks deformed. It doesn't help that the lead up to seeing her face is her crying and hiding her face. So I thought they were going for like the horror reveal where it's like, oh god, what's wrong with her face? But no, she just looks like that.
This gives me the same energy as the kid from One Punch Man who happens to have like a butt-shaped chin. And he grows up to be a grown man with a butt-shaped chin who founds the Hero Association.
Yeah.
It's a goofy design, but this is a good episode overall. Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, I like it. It also reveals something about Kiyo that I kind of thought, but didn't really have full confirmation on.
Yeah?
Oh, sorry. I don't know. You went quiet abruptly. I thought it might have...
I was just wondering, it's like, oh, is he gonna, like... Because I was thinking, it's like, oh, yeah, is it the limit break is an alternate personality or some crap, but...
Yes.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Pretty much confirmed, Kiyo has some kind of, like, multiple personality disorder, or at least the anime version of it.
Yeah, this is, like... There are some weird implications here.
Like, so we start, like, without talking about any details, really, except for this one thing. Kiyo is, like, afraid as he usually is, and then, like, Jellymon snaps him out of it by shocking him, and he goes into serious mode. And for most of the episode, he spends most of the episode in serious mode. And then he trips and falls on his face and wakes up, and he goes, "Where am I?"
Yeah, like he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, and it's like, oh crap, he has like anime multiple personality disorder.
Yeah, it's like, this is clearly no longer just like a goofy little gimmick. This is like an actual plot detail now.
Yeah. Which they probably won't treat it as a serious thing. It's probably just a quirk to his character. Like,
so maybe I'm like expecting too much. But I'm like, now I'm just thinking back, because there's that episode on the dream-like thing, where, like, you know, they go into the dream with Skull Greymon, and he looks at his hand, and he's like, what was that? As he looks at his bandaged hand. And it's like, oh, is there actually some weird crap going on with his arm? Because, like, if this is an actual thing, then it's like, it really makes me think, like, you know, there are probably other parts of this gimmick that might also be more real than we think. Back to the point with Ghost Game. YouTuber pretty explained it well, whereas watching through Atmon in comparison to Ghost Game. So, watching the first 26 episodes of Atmon, and was bitter because of how much got done in that show. But then you get great episodes like this, and that pull you back in.
I mean, this is a good episode, but I would prefer an overarching plot.
Yeah, that's the thing, where it's like, I know that it's like, you know, like, of course, journal opinions on the internet are, like, just not going to have nuance. I can, like, appreciate a really well-done episode and still be frustrated at the lack of plot progress.
Yeah.
I feel like that's been pretty much the consistent, like, you know, feel so far, right?
Yeah, the Thetismon evolution would have had more impact if it was against something that wasn't the one-off monster of the week enemy.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm glad we got, like, as far as one-off episodes are concerned, this is a really good one-off episode. This did everything I want for, like, an evolution episode.
Yeah.
Like, it does everything I want, and it does it pretty well. But it's also, like, you know, like, when are we going to have, like, bigger villains that last, you know?
Yeah, because the villain of this episode isn't even the big monster that we thought it was. The real villain is the little spiders.
Yeah, it's the little spiders and it's the poison fog. And the spiders have nothing to... Well, I guess not quite nothing, but mostly nothing to do with it.
They don't have anything to do with him because he sees them as an annoyance and destroys them when he notices them.
Yeah, the only real connection is that the spiders just sort of like, you know, they like bite at Tropiumon? Yeah, Tropiumon's like neck and like steal like bits of his like poison leaves and stuff. And they like use that as their own venom to collect data.
Yeah.
So that they can like, you know, digitize people.
Yeah, so the incident starts and it's just like a big fog that seemingly just makes you breathe fire and pass out. It's a strange pollen cloud.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand the fire thing. I don't really understand why people collapse from it. Maybe just the shock from like suddenly breathing fire, but
I think it's just a symptom of like the poison. Yeah,
otherwise it doesn't seem well. Oh yeah, I guess the pollen is poisonous because it's the Otherwise, it's like everybody who's affected by it by the end of the episode wakes up. But the biggest threat is all these what are they called? Dokugamon or something?
Yeah, like Kudokunamon, I think is, or Kodokunamon? Yeah, Kodokunamon.
Yeah, whatever they're called. They're just these little spider Digimon, and they're just injecting poison into people and like draining their data. I guess.
Yeah, like they poison you and it makes you pass out, and seems to be like pretty lethal eventually. And they use the like entry they've created on your body to like basically like steal your data as a person. So it's sort of like, you know, it's killing you, but they're also like absorbing your data.
Which doesn't make sense because people are made of data, but whatever.
Yeah, it like digitizes you to some extent because like they have to eat you somehow.
What if we've been in the digital world the whole time?
Oh, that'd be fucking wild.
That would be a crazy twist. And it's like, yeah, why did you think everything was so like technologically advanced? And it's like, oh crap.
Well, if that's the case, it makes the digital field shifts really interesting.
Yeah, it's everybody migrated to the digital world because the real world got ruined. And that's why the locations look weird.
Oh man, everyone migrated to the digital world.
That would be
like the digital shift as you take them to the real world.
That would be the craziest twist, and it's not gonna happen. But
there's
holy
no
crap.
way.
It would explain why digital stuff can affect people, though.
Oh man. Yeah, because I'm thinking about like logically, and it's like because Digimon say the art world is the digital world. I think they have, but at the same time, you know, say like people just forced all the Digimon out of the digital world. Yeah, like it would work, but it isn't an idea.
Yeah, it falls apart with Black Gatomon sending people through the portal to the digital world.
Oh man.
So okay, yeah, a fun theory, but it falls apart when you think about it for more than a second.
Yeah, it takes your life energy and makes it digital. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I guess.
They convert parts of your body into data so they can like eat it and process it.
Dang it, I really like that idea now. The world is ruined and like everybody was in the digital world the whole time.
Man. So that's a different but also really fun idea. So it's like, here we are. We start a Digimon series, right? Like, it starts out with everyone just in the digital world and they just get transported there or whatever. It just like, you go through the thing, eventually people start like talk out the real world or like they go back and you see that the real world is like 3,000 years in the future, and everyone just like comes back to like a spaceship or some crap. It's like, oh yeah, we never said the real world was in modern times.
Japan take notes.
It's like Tokyo 3.
I like the idea of, I don't know, with that idea, yeah, you could probably do something cool with it, but...
you go back to the real world and everyone just lives on Mars or some crap.
You go back to the real world and what you cut out?
Everyone's just like lives on Mars in a colony or some crap.
Oh.
Like people just casually like drop hints about, and you just don't pick up on, because why would you? Oh man.
So yeah, this is very heavily a Kiyo and Jellymon episode.
Because exclusively.
Not exclusively. Hiro and Ruli show up later, but they kind of just show up to observe what's happening.
Hiro and Ruli just show up every now and then just to remind you that the other two main characters are a thing.
Yeah. Well, Kiyo tries to call them from the building, but I assume that the pollen is blocking the signal.
Yeah, makes sense. It's like weird digital pollen, yeah.
Yeah.
RBRP, where the digital world and human world fuse, and there is the backstory of the Digidesta and Digimon saying the universe is saving the universe is the reason it happened. A lot of cool ideas. Oh, that's neat, yeah. That's the thing, I'm like currently in the middle of writing like a Digimon fanfiction, so I might just straight up like steal some of this crap at some point.
Hey, go for it.
But yeah, I doubt anyone's really gonna be interested in that, but figured I'd throw it out there, why not?
Yeah, real world and digital world seems to happen a good amount in like the games.
Yeah.
Or at least in like... Well, it happens in Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah, because you always want that, like, imagery of, like, oh yeah, there's monsters running around modern Tokyo and everyone has to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's like, you get Tyramon to show up and it's like, oh my god, it's like that Godzilla thing. Reference all these cool kaijus and stuff from, like, different, like, movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, like, man.
Yeah, and the Digimon could just be running around, like, not necessarily having ill intent, and they're just like, whoa, this place is crazy.
Man,
that's what it is mostly with Cyber Sleuth, is the Digimon are just like, oh man, this place is nuts, why are these people freaking out? It's crazy.
It took me so long to realize that there's just, like, a Godzilla villain that's just a big, crazy, goopy, one-eyed, like, garbage monster, and that's why Raremon attacks Tokyo.
Oh, there you go.
It's just referencing that from, like, the 70s or something.
So yeah, more so back at the beginning of the episode, it's kind of a slight plot point that Kiyo just happens to look like the hero from a new anime that came out.
Yeah, because he cheers up the child, and she's like, oh, are you genius? And he's like, oh, well, I wouldn't toot my own horn, but...
Yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, it's the hero of a new anime that came out. And then she pulls out a little doll and it looks almost exactly like him, and it's like, oh yeah, he does look like me, huh?
Oh boy, it's genius, man. He solves crime by thinking good? Okay, sure.
We don't get any details on the show except that he can transform in some way. Because she's like, hey, can you transform? And he's like,
Kinda, I can make something transform.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, Jellymon could transform.
Real talk, like, how funny would it be if the Megas were all, like, biofusions again?
I mean, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, because then it'd be like, it's time to transform for real. And you can cut to the kid in the crowd, and she's just, like, just geeking out over it. Like, she's just super into it.
It'd be kind of cool to see, like, serious Kiyo with power.
Oh, man. Just, like, all we gotta work with is, like, maybe one day we'll get serious Kiyo and, like, Thetismon. I think that's what it was, like, Thetismon or something? Thetismon, yeah.
And even before I watched the episode, I knew this was her episode because people were posting her all over Twitter. It's like, oh, okay, this is the week.
I somehow avoided all of that, and I waited until, like, the day before. Oh, man, so that's wild.
So, yeah, they're like... Kiyo and Jellymon's goal is to get the little girl, Yuna, to the 6th floor where the security office is. And it's like, yeah, we'll find your mother and, like, get us out of here or whatever. And they're dealing with all the stupid spiders all over the place.
Man, that's kind of the thing. Like, he eventually goes Mega, and he takes the bandages off his arm, and he's actually got, like, weird markings all down it.
I'm convinced there's nothing wrong with his arm. I think Jellymon even mentions it. She's like, oh yeah, you gotta tell them that you wear your bandages for show or something. Like, I don't remember what she says exactly, but the implication is that Kiyo's bandages, he just wears them just for the sake of it.
Yeah. All I'm thinking is just, like, the friggin' rule of media, where it's like, all myths and rumors are true. All myths and rumors are going to be true somehow.
I mean, yeah, unless somebody like a Jellymon straight up says that it's not.
Like, I think of Danganronpa 2, it's like Gundam Tanaka is just talking out summoning and crap, and the entire game, it's like a joke, and then at the very end, it's implied he actually starts doing real magic.
Well, we see him do real magic in the anime. He summons lightning.
Oh, damn. I think, like, all myths and legends are true, just, like, 100% of the time, unless it's, like, like, something else, and even then, the real thing is revealed to be true afterwards, usually.
Yeah. Did you actually finish watching the Danganronpa anime?
Not really, surprisingly.
Oh, okay, so you wouldn't have seen that.
Oh, man, no, unfortunately not. I really need to, though. I don't even remember what episode I left off on, though. I need to, like, look into it. Oh, man. But I feel like I got far enough to, like, get the gist of it.
Yeah. Well, you should watch the last part of, like, the future arc or whatever, because, that's where you get the confirmation that the, how much should I talk about? I don't know how many of the Danganronpa 2 stream group watches any of our stuff.
I'd like avoid talking about it just in case,
Okay, alright. I won't say anything else then.
Alright, yeah. But yeah, like, point taken. I'll check it out.
Yeah. So yeah, they fight their way to the rooftop, and then they find Tropiamon, and Kiyo is like, all right, I need you to stay here and be brave while we go save the world, and like gives this dramatic speech. He's all like serious, and then he opens the door and steps forward and trips on the door frame and goes back into coward Kiyo.
Yeah.
And that's when it happens, where he's just like, where am I? Why are we on the roof?
No, Kiyo, you gotta be brave. You gotta be strong for the child, Kiyo.
Yeah,
you gotta save the day.
Even Jellymon is just like, after all of that, really?
Oh, man.
Yeah, digital world, anything is possible. The bandages will come off.
He just takes off the bandages and and Gormon's like, wait, that's the mark of Lusamon, and it's like, wait, what? I'm calling it now. Like, he's gonna take them off, and then he's gonna have some mark or something on his hand, and Gormon's gonna be like, wait a second, I know exactly what this is.
I'm almost entirely convinced we're not going to see the digital world this series.
But if we don't see it, bandages come off, things gonna be there. There's no way it's not at this point. Oh, man. So, yeah, effing Tropiumon, huh? Actually, let's take a second to be like, hey, you know that Gamamon just pops up in this episode? Gamamon just pops up literally just to show Hero which way to go, and then it means nothing because he doesn't get there. Thanks. Sorry, not Gamamon,
yeah, I was gonna say, but Gamamon, he means Harrismon.
I'm really bad with words. Holy crap, what's wrong with me? Yeah, this is starting border on dyslexia or some crap.
Yeah, Harrismon pops up to remind us that his game is dead, and then he points the heroes in the right direction.
Man, it's kind of shame because outside of the game pushing Harrismon so hard that it's kind of counterproductive for me, I guess I'd say. Harrismon actually is a pretty cool Digimon. He has a fun evolution line.
Yeah, he seems pretty cool. I still have the thing for Digimon Re-Arise where you can set up a widget on your phone so that your Digimon, your favorite Digimon, is chilling there and has status updates or whatever. Yeah. So I've got Beelzemon constantly. I don't know what'll happen if I. Yeah. I don't know if I open the app if it'll make that widget stop or go away, so I just haven't opened it. But Beelzemon's just chilling there saying, hey, start up the app, and it's I
want to die.
Dude. Yeah, it won't work, my dude.
Oh, man.
Shows up to say, hey, my game got canceled.
Yeah, I feel bad for my team. Effing, Rip freaking, just Imperial Dramon Paladin mode and, Kaiser Greymon and a bunch of other tenacious Digimon, including, 2 different versions of Magnamon.
Harrismon showed up to say, I have the real ghost game.
The real ghost game were the friends we lost along the way.
I don't feel too much of a connection to that game anymore because as soon as they introduced the super personality Digimon, I kind of fell off because it's oh, everything I did up till now was pointless.
Yeah, just get Greymon again. Get him again though. Get the good Greymon again.
No, for me it's get Beelzemon Blast Mode again, who I had so much trouble getting in the first place.
Oh, man. I don't think they even got to the point where they introduced, Tenacious Beelzemon Blast Mode, did they? I think they introduced, Tenacious Beelzemon X or some crap, though. Sorry, not Tenacious, Super Beelzemon X.
Yeah,
I think it was, Deft, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, the super personality thing is what I cared about, not the nature itself, but yeah.
Yeah, it would be, super deft to, Beelzemon X or, super, calm Beelzemon X or something. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, my team was actually, it was, Beelzemon Blast Mode, I think I had Beelzemon X Antibody, and then, I don't remember what else I had, Noble Pumpkinmon. It doesn't matter. Game's dead.
Yeah, Noble Pumpkinmon is actually pretty good.
Yeah, but at least Noble Pumpkinmon exists in Digimon in general, so we'll probably see him in more stuff.
Yeah.
Pumpkinmon finally has a Mega that actually continues his line.
feels like Digimon's will actually be kind of what I expect out of a Ghost game. It's basically all about finding out what's going on, and the game predates Adventure 2020. Jeez.
Yeah, development-wise, Digimon Survive has been in the works for years.
Yeah, should we talk about that for a bit? That game looks really cool. I don't know if I'm going to be able to play it when it comes out because of scheduling stuff.
I'm definitely going to play it. Also, for anybody who's interested in Survive, even if you're not going to buy it on launch, make sure you download the Digimon DLC, because I think they're going to do what they did with the original launch of Cyber Sleuth and make it so it's a timed DLC that will go away, which is bullcrap. But
yeah, it is what it is.
Hey, if you want one of the best and most popular Digimon ever, make sure you download that DLC before it goes away.
Man, I feel like I kind of want to play Survive when it comes out, but also it's like, first, like, scheduling, and second, like, oh boy, everyone's going to be on this thing. We're gonna get drowned out so hard. We're gonna get drowned out so effing hard.
Yeah, FOMO crap. I think the only saving grace is that Guillemon is free, but still.
Oh, man. Man, it's too bad I can't, like, get on Steam or something. I think it's, like, just console only.
No, it's on Steam.
Oh, is it? Alright, yeah.
Yeah, they don't have a store page up for it yet, but yeah, it's on Steam. Or it will be.
Okay, yeah, I can work with that. I can work with that.
Yeah, I just hope you can run it.
Yeah. That's the thing, it's like, the other day I was testing out Guilty Gear Strive and online matches worked great, like, so it's like, alright, if I can run Strive, I can probably run, like, you know, like a turn-based, like, tactics RPG.
Probably. Depends on how well it's optimized.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should talk about the Digimon episode.
So yeah, Thudismon, huh?
So yeah, we failed to mention that Kiyo gets bit by one of the spider Digimon and gets the poison in him. And by the time they reach the roof, it's almost like covered his whole body.
Yeah.
And then we see what the poison does to anything that gets fully infected, and it just erases the spider Digimon.
Like, he gets poisoned by the spider Digimon, and that's already a problem. And he steps out into the spores, like, just, you know, without, like, you know, being too cautious about it. And he gets hit by the spores, and you see him, like, cough out the fire for a second. So he got hit by both types of poison at the same time.
Yeah, so he's not doing great.
Yeah, this is like, Kiyo gets brought to his lowest point, and, you know, like, of course, you know, like, just, like, Tropiomon's an ultimate, so there's not you can do here, and, like, you know, Tesla Jellymon's, like, struggling against him.
There is something that bothers me, and that you can see the poison creeping up his bandages as if it's part of his skin.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's, like, you know, just visual shorthand for, like, oh, it's going across his body.
I don't think it should have been visible on the bandages. It's weird.
Yeah, it's really weird.
But yeah, Kiyo's just kind of on the ground, and it's like, oh man, we can't beat him. Oh man, this sucks. Take care of the little girl for me, Tesla Jellymon. And then...
What if, like, the bandages are part of his body, and, you know, Kiyo's like, oh yeah, it turns out one of my, like, parents was a Digimon. It was my mummy. It's so bad.
Boo. I mean, even then, Mummymon clearly has skin. It's just wrapped up in bandages.
I mean, yeah, the same thing for the Grow Adventures of Billy and Mandy with Erwin's mom.
Oh, yeah, she's a mummy, isn't she?
Yeah, that's the whole joke, and they never once say the pun, I believe.
Of course.
Oh, there's that really hilarious scene where you just see, like, Erwin's mom just at night, you know, like, they're spying on the house trying to see if anything's up, and you just see this epic mummy just walk into the kitchen and just, like, drink out, like, a carton of milk, and they're like, oh my god!
But yeah, obviously Jellymon, or, oh god, what's your... Tesla Jellymon can't do anything to Tropiamon, and Kiyo's like on the ground, and he's like, I can't go on. And Hero calls, and they're like, hey, hang in there, run away, whatever. And Kiyo just like gets a burst of like willpower or whatever. And he's like, oh man, Hero and Ruli never gave up. I can't look bad in front of them. And he like gets up and he's like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Man, that's the whole thing. It's like, yeah, much like Kill Ice find Shuik's way better in the show than the art. Wasn't expecting her having her like an angelic theming around her. Yeah, like people keep comparing this form to looking like a goddess or something. And I feel like honestly I don't see it that much, but sure, fair enough.
Yeah.
Still though, yeah, this is a good like evolution for Jellymon.
Yeah, I like it. Also, once again, female Digimon with eyes covered by a visor or mask.
Yeah. Cause it's like when you get more humanoid, you kind of have to. You know, gotta keep that motif. And it's like just jellyfish tendrils for the hair. You just make it like longer and more like, you know, like feminine. And you give her like a weird like princess motif. Really, she has kind of like, you know, it almost feels like a bit of an anime villainous thing going on with the like, you know, the purple like lips and stuff. But then she also has like the giant black like gauntlets on her arms, and it's like, okay, yeah, no. Just like princess with giant metal gauntlets for punching is like 100% peak Jellymon.
Yeah, Dennismon is cool. I like her.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering how they're gonna one-up this for the Mega, because it's like... of course there's gonna be ways to do it, but it's like, you know, this feels like so on point, you know?
Yeah. I'm just kind of bummed that she doesn't do much real fighting. She kind of like shoots like her own poison at Tropiamon and it just beats him.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know if her gimmick is poison or healing. Because I assume it's like poison because jellyfish. But what she mainly does is she makes like anti-venoms and like, you know, shoots them around and they like, you know, do most of the work for her. So it's like, okay, yeah.
She uses like poisons to heal.
It's a really interesting like gimmick if it's just straight up like poisons. Because, like, of course you have the physical aspect, so she doesn't need the poisons, but you can do some fun stuff with that. You could, justify a lot with poisons.
Yeah. I hope she still has her electricity, though.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I feel like she'll have to, right? Because why would you get rid of that?
I don't know. That's why I'm hoping she still has it.
Yeah.
It just could be. It might just be that in this episode the poison was the focus, and so she uses it to stop Tropiamon.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here, and a lot of it's really on theme.
Poison electric type. Yeah,
she has it in the art. Oh, cool. All right.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like. Crap, what was I saying? But it's like, yeah, it's like princess who punches stuff out, just like jellyfish, poisons. Crap, where was I going with that?
Don't know.
But yeah, there's a lot you can do with poisons, I think. There's a lot you can do with poisons, and if something can't be poisoned, she has backups.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, she counteracts Tropiamon's poison and like pacifies him, and then heals Kiyo of his poison, and then like shoots out a big wave of like her own like poison cloud that heals all the other poison.
Yeah. Oh yeah, now I remember I was gonna talk about the evolution animation.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
It goes really hard. It's like someone punching like a tweet or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, I know that it's really cool to have the first like male-female like partner relationship in Digimon, but did you have to go so hard that Kiyo literally JoJo poses? And they had a little like gif of it, and Kiyo literally does a little like pose before she evolves.
Yeah, because of course he does. He goes serious mode.
Oh, it's great. Oh, I love it so much. This is just a really good episode for Kiyo. Holy crap.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah. Yeah, it turns out Tropia Mom was just like, oh yeah, I'm just spreading my spores around so my friends can find me, And they're like, don't you know that hurts people? He's like, oh, alright, I'll just not do it next time. Later! And he just flies off. People saw and took pictures and stuff. Hard, it just sucks because you don't know if it's gonna be brought up in the show ever. People should be questioning this stuff by now. It should be a bigger plot point.
Oh yeah, we've brought this up several times, and now they literally have like video and photo evidence of Dennismon.
People are walking away from this en masse, literally being like, oh yeah, I was attacked by these little bug things and poisoned, and then I somehow was saved by like a rain of magical lights just raining from the sky, and there's this like monster like princess goddess thing floating in the air with big metal gauntlets, and she's like presumably the one that did it. And we all have video evidence of it.
Yep, but they probably won't bring it up.
Oh like, boy.
That would make the thing where they're like constantly in the real world the whole time fine. Just have people talking in the background. It's like, oh yeah, there's like freaking monsters attacking people and stuff. Nobody knows what's happening, and like, I don't know, maybe you slowly see a military like presence slowly appear in the cities, and it's like,
yeah, if people at least reacted to this stuff, then like at least that'd be something. That'd be interesting. That'd be like really cool, and like, it would give us stuff to chew on and talk about and discuss as we go.
Yeah. Oh hey, remember that time a vampire attacked us? No? What?
Oh man. They're just gonna write everything off as like holograms, even as people watch the holograms physically lift and move objects.
Yeah. There's a point in the beginning of the episode where Jellymon is like holding a purse or something, and she's like, look, Kiyo, doesn't it suit me or whatever? And he's like, you have to act more like a hologram or people are gonna freak out.
Yeah, like at this point, it's like, what? Like, say you're just like a normal guy in Japan. It's like you're hearing all this rumors. You're seeing video evidence of it constantly. You're seeing the same characters come back over and over again in like reports. Like, what? Yeah. How do you not like start to draw connections?
Yeah, people would have pictures of Hiro, Kiyo, and Ruli running around with the same quote-unquote holograms at every time there's an instance. People would have pictures and videos. Everybody would be piecing this together, not just the random Digimon that happened to need help.
There's security cameras all over the place. Like, the police would know. People would be sending this stuff in, like, constantly. Like, hey, our mall got attacked by these spiders. Here's, like, surveillance footage from, like, the roof of, like, a giant dragon thing. And then suddenly, like, it disappeared, came back, and then, like, we saw a kid up there with, like, a freaking, like, just goddess princess thing just like flying. Hey, do you know who this kid is? Are there any reports of him and things? Oh, there are? There are like lots of them?
There's a point where they're the Digitamamon episode where they're trespassing in that house and a cop comes and sees them.
Yeah. Like, this is the obvious place to go. It's alright, like, I'm not expecting it to be like, oh yeah, we have to fight the police or whatever, but it's like, no, man.
No.
Just like,
it's like,
yeah, have a character who's a cop, like, approach them for questioning, and like, like afterwards, maybe it's like, hey, now we just know a cop, and they can like just give us a phone call every now and then, be like, oh yeah, did you hear about this thing going on? It might be related to these monsters you can like fight with. You want to help us out?
They do that with the Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah.
And there's
yeah, that'd be a fun like dynamic.
Yeah, and it's not like Digimon, but like in Spider-Man, one of the fun aspects of that game is that Spider-Man is friends with a cop. Like he has a contact with the police who's just like the police might not be super on board with Spider-Man intervening and helping, but like because he has a friend that is a cop, she'll call him in to help.
Yeah, or heck, like, how, like, just last episode, there's the big, like, conspiracy site that I don't think we talked that much about. Like, have that guy show up every now and then and be like, like, oh, hey, do you recognize these children? We need to, like, information on these guys or whatever, as he's wearing the big weirdo bag. And it's just, like, blurry pictures of the main cast, and, have that be, like, a background subplot. Like, that'd be really fun.
Yeah.
There's so many, like, opportunities here to, like, connect things in a way that would be interesting, but not, like, alienating to new viewers.
Yeah. Really should especially be in the spotlight. She's, like, a popular influencer.
Yeah. Have you heard that, like, Liluren or whatever has been seen running around with, like, a giant rabbit monster that fights things?
The closest we've had to acknowledgement from anyone outside of the main cast is Ruli's two friends, who are like, okay, there's something going on, but we'll let her tell us when she's ready.
Man, when do we get, like, the Crocker of the show? And it's just, like, some random guy who's like, I know they've got Digimon, and no one believes him.
Yeah, and he comes up with the name Digimon on his own.
Yeah, that'd be fun. You have some crazy conspiracy weirdo, and he's just typing away angrily on like a message board, just like, no, I've seen it, they're like in all these locations. I'm dubbing these so-called digital monsters, Digimon for short, and it's like that'd be like a fun like gag.
Yeah, because it's like we've
rage typing as he draws all these crazy connections.
Yeah, because we've already established that they're established as being called Digimon, and it would be funny if some other guy just came up with the same name on his own.
Like he's like posting crazy theories about like the digital world phenomenon and stuff, and like all this insane bullcrap, and Gormon just looks at the side and he's like, yeah, he's pretty much got it. That's kind of crazy.
We should probably get this dude in. This guy's smart.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we should probably like talk to him. And like, Kiyo's like, yeah, let's not. He seems kind of unhinged. Everyone kind of like agrees with it.
It would be pretty great if he also got his own Digimon. He gets a Datamon.
He has some of the crazy conspiracy typer just like rage typing about the Digimon, and he gets his own partner, and it's like we slowly work him into the main group over like 10 episodes or something. Like at first he's just a background element, and he slowly starts getting more focus until it's like, oh hey, we need a Digimon that can like analyze data super well, and he looks over at his like Guardramon or something, and he's like, oh, you can do that, right?
Maybe less abrupt than freaking Rio.
Oh, man. There's so much good stuff you can do with this. Man, we need more like Digidust and they're just straight up villains. Just straight up like, oh yeah, this dude's got Datamon and he just does a bunch of weirdo scams and it's a problem. And like, yeah, to the point where it's like, yo, he's like outmatched and then he digivolves his Digimon and it becomes the new like boss monster.
Yeah, and it's like, well, how do you have him get one of the vital bracelets so he gets a Digimon? Simple. Hero's dad created them, right? That means somebody else could come up, like someone who's obsessed with all this as he was. He just makes his own.
Yeah. I was thinking like, oh yeah, yo, he's rage typing, right? He's like tracking down the kids, yo. He's like just trying to figure out where they live or whatever. He's like trying to like, well, I guess not figure out where they live, but like try to figure out information, but he can't like go onto the campus because he's like a stranger and it'd be weird or whatever. Yeah. You know, he's just at the post office, you know, he's like, just like, so it's like, oh yeah, yo, this package is for Hero, isn't it? Oh yeah, he's such a nice kid. And he just looks over creepily, he's like, what? He just like steals the package and it's like, you know, more like vital bracelet stuff and that's how he gets one. Maybe a little convoluted, but that'd be fun.
I doubt Hero's dad is the villain.
No, like, you know, oh yeah, Daddy is the big bad. Alright, never mind.
Yeah, if anything, they'll have to, like, save him or something.
Yeah, Saber's got you covered with this.
Or he'll save them somehow.
All I know is that, like, Exros Wars makes Dark Knightmon like a freaking villain who's tied to a Digidestined. And I saw a few clips, and honestly, that whole sub looks really cool, actually.
Huh.
Like, he's got, like, multiple forms, and he can, like, you know, defuse and refuse in different ways, and, you know, he's, like, just calling on his tamer to, like, evolve them. Like, it seems like a fun little dynamic.
Kind of funny that the 2020 reboot does it does something like that.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Dark Knightmon is in 2020 and he has a connection to somebody.
Man, all I know is that from what I've like heard, apparently like Dark Knightmon is a big deal in Exros Wars, and he's like. He's the type of villain that manipulates, like, multiple children into becoming Digidestined to, like, just accomplish his ends. So that should, like, I am very excited to be both, like, you know, interested and entirely frustrated by how inconsistent and bad Extros Wars is. I heard there's some crap where it's like, you know, one episode like Beelzemon gets beaten by like a Woodmon or some crap. And in the next episode he fuses with like one thing and takes out like 50 megas at once.
Excuse me. Oh, that's stupid.
Don't want to get massive shine in the show since humans are limited. Oh, neat. Okay. Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. And, yeah, that's pretty much it for, Ghost Game this week.
Yeah. Good episode. I give us the conspiracy rage typer.
What was the preview for the next episode? Oh, somebody's turning people into dolls.
It's something about dolls and something about toys, and you see, like... Alright, how much do you want me to, like, talk about the preview or whatever? Because, like, you see, like, an image, and it's like, oh, I know who the Digimon are.
I'll find out.
Yeah, because, like, there's a chance I'm wrong, but I feel pretty confident. It's like, oh, like, yeah, you see two things sing together, it's like, oh... you're you and you're you, which means we're finding 2 ultimates.
Oh boy.
So this should be fun. Hopefully we finally get, like, Angormon's ultimate form. Cause, like, holy crap, like, it feels like it's time for it.
Yeah, we might see a few episodes before it happens if the gap between Kenovismon and Dennismon is any indication.
Yeah, I guess I'm fine with that, but, you know, it's gonna be irritating. Guess we get Angormon to evolve in July. Jeez.
I mean, that's not too much of a stretch. That is, like I said, a few episodes.
If that happens, I'm gonna be really frustrated. I really want to know what the deal is with, like, the evolution. Like, it looks so nutty. It looks so crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys around.